When it comes to your Canada pension plan, you'll often hear that if you take it at age 60, your total benefit amount will be reduced by 36%. So it's a decrease of 0.6% every month that you take it early before you turn age 65. But here's the thing most people miss. When you flip it around, the benefit of waiting is actually much greater. It's like investing. If you lose 50%, you need 100% just to get back to even. The same concept applies here. Each year you wait, the increase isn't just 7 or 8%, it's much bigger relative gain in lifetime income. Today, I'll break this down for you in simple terms so you can see exactly why timing your CPP isn't just about the penalty for starting early, it's about the real benefit of waiting. So let's just back up for a quick second and just talk about how the Canada Pension Plan works. So you get a number at age 65. Let's assume that's $1,000. So if you took your Canada Pension Plan at 65, you get $1,000. Now, you can take it any time as early as age 60. If you take it at age 60, your total benefit amount will be reduced by 36%. So it's a decrease of 0.6% every month that you take it early before you turn age 65. On the flip side, you can wait all the way till 70. Every month that you wait, you get 0.7% more. So age 65 is kind of that middle point. You can take it 5 years earlier, you can take it 5 years later. There's an increase in benefit if you wait and take it later. There's a decrease in your benefit if you take it earlier. Of course, if you take it earlier, you also have that money earlier. So all these things have to come into play. But what I want to talk about today, I don't see talked about too often. And we actually discuss this a lot with our clients as we break down the numbers. And that is, yes, there's a 36% loss if you take it early. Of course, you're getting that money earlier. But what's the true value of waiting every year from there? That's what I want to break down today to really show the impact of waiting and the real rate of return or money back in your pocket you could have if you wait a little bit longer. So going back to the $1,000 example at age 65, if we started the Canada Pension Plan at age 60, we would have $640. So instead of collecting $1,000 per month and that increasing over time at age 65, I have decided to take the Canada Pension Plan at age 60 and only collect $640. Now that will increase with inflation over time, but my starting point is obviously 36% less. Now the question I need to ask myself is, I'm pretty hard set on starting early, but what would be the value of waiting one more year? Like if I waited till 61 versus 60, how much more money would I get? I have other money, I have RSPs, I have TFSAs, and this is probably you. You're sitting there saying, should I start it early? I have other investments that I could draw on, but what is the true value of waiting one more year to collect my CPP? Well, if I was to start at age 61, my total benefit from that $1,000 starting point at 65 would be reduced by 28.8%. And that's, again, 0.6% per month times 12 months times 4 years. So my benefit amount, instead of $640, I would get $712. So a much larger benefit. Now, what does that equate to from a percentage standpoint? So you take the difference, $72, divided by the starting point, $640, and we see it works out to 11.25%, meaning if you had waited from age 60 to 61 to start your Canada Pension Plan, the jump or increase in benefit would be 11.25%. Now, I don't know about most of you, but that's a really good rate of return. Now, I know there's some of you typing, yeah, I get 15, 20%. I'm gonna throw those out the window. For the majority of people, we're getting single-digit return. So if we can get 11.25% by just waiting on that guaranteed income, that's a pretty good benefit. Now, a lot of you will argue, well, that's not a true rate of return, it's just an overall increase. That's true, but it's an overall increase. If we wait one more year, we're getting that increase, and we're getting that increase growing for the rest of our life. So it's actually a much bigger benefit than that, and I won't go into that in this video. But just waiting that 1 year, 11.25% increase in benefit. So could we take that year from age 60 to 61 and maybe draw down some RSPs? Again, we want some taxable income. We want to level out that tax rate, but we can maybe use some other assets we have. Now, when I look at that number, then my head automatically goes to, well, what if I waited till age 62? So if I waited till 62, obviously the reduction from that $1,000 base at age 65 would be 21.6%. So if we take that off the 1,000, the total benefit to us would be $784. So instead of collecting that $640, at age 60, I'm now collecting $784 at age 62. So that's quite a bit more money. Now again, I want to look at every year. What's the bump? So 60 to 61, 11.25%. From age 61 to 62, again, I'm getting that $72 because of my base is $1,000. Every year I wait, I'm getting an extra $72, right? 7.2% of the $1,000. So simple math that way. But now we take that $72 and divide it by our age 61 number. So $72 divided by that $712, and we have a rate of return of 10.11%. So again, waiting from 60 to 61 was 11.25% increase by waiting. So it's not, we think about it from the decrease side, 7.2%, but if we flip it around, 11.25%. From age 61 to 62, 10.11%. Again, a double-digit return just by waiting one more year. Now, if we do this all the way up to 65, I'm not going to go through every year, but it was 11.25%, then 10.11%, then 9.18%, then from waiting till 64 would have been 8.41%, and then 7.76%. So every single year of waiting, it does decrease over time, but it's a benefit much greater than 7.2%. So a lot of you, as you do the calculation, you think, well, it's only costing me 7.2% every single year that I take it early. But again, on the flip side, going back to my intro, talks about if you have $100 and you lose 50% of that money, you have $50. To get back to where you would have been, you need a 100% rate of return. And that's why it's really important on your investments. It's important to protect the downside. Same with your Canada pension plan. We need to protect the downside. And a lot of you aren't kind of thinking about it that way. So I wanted to do this video to get your mind kind of restructured about how you think about the Canada pension plan and the real cost of taking it early. So as you work through your Canada pension plan, your timing, how that incorporates into your overall financial plan, if you have other assets to take and you can delay this Canada pension plan, it's probably going to be worth it. We've done thousands of plans for Canadians in different situations, and 99% of the time it makes sense to delay it. Unless you have a health issue, a life-changing health issue, or you don't have any other assets, like that's the only asset you have, then yeah, of course you got to take it. Otherwise, you might want to consider waiting. And if you're someone that's thinking, well, I can do much better on my investments if I took it at 60 and invest it myself. Well, that rate of return is actually quite high because you got to play in the tax situation. And we did a full video on that. So if you want to see that breakdown of taking your Canada pension plan early, investing it versus waiting to take it, again, you can check that video here.